Okay. Good evening, guys. Can you all let me know if you all can hear me and see a screen? Yes. Can see a screen? Right. Perfect. So today, guys, we'll start with the next area of unit number 4. Okay. So for those who are joining from maybe joining newly or joining after a long time. Okay. So what have we been doing? We started unit number 4 last class. Okay. So we did the MCQs for unit number 4 from 2011 to 2014. So I have sent you all the PDF on the group. So from 2011 onwards to 2014, we did it last week. And those recordings are available on YouTube. I sent a message on the group as well with those, with the link. Even if you don't have the link, just go to the IT SL YouTube channel. You can find it. So 11, 12, 13, and 14 was done last week. So today what we will do is we will start with the 2015 paper. And given that there are not much questions, let's try to finish off all the MCQs today itself, so that in the next class we can move on to the essay questions. Right? So we'll see how the speed goes. So 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So there are 8 years to do. We'll see if we can finish all 8. If we can finish all 8, perfect. We can then move on to the essay questions next class. Okay. So until I open my slides, did you all do the question? Yes. Did you all finish off the MCQs from 15 to at least 2022? Yeah. Okay, good. So most of you all have done, right? Nice. Okay. And also one more thing, guys. Tomorrow we are starting the fast track program, month 2 of it. Okay. So already there are students who have paid and registered. But the first week of the program will be offered for free. So if you all are interested, you all can come and learn for free. So the first week has 3 classes. Those 3 classes will be offered completely free. So in those 3 classes, we will be covering unit number 4. So how the 3 classes will go, guys, is tomorrow from 6:30 to 10 p.m. The class I have extended half an hour. So tomorrow from 6:30 to 10 p.m., 3.5 hours. This is on Tuesday. We will be summarizing unit number 4. So in 3.5 hours, I'll be summarizing the entire unit. So before you come to the class, guys, make sure that you read your theory or revision note and come. I will send you the fast track note also on that group. Make sure you all read it and come, so that within 3.5 hours when I cover it, you all can you all will not miss a lot. Otherwise, you all will be completely blank if you all don't know anything. And then once that class is done, on Thursday, we will do from 7 to 10 p.m. We will do a paper from unit number 4. So that paper is going to be a little bit of a hard paper, a little bit harder than these past paper MCQs and essay questions that you will have. So it's a 100-mark paper, which we will discuss on Thursday. You're supposed to do it and come before. On Thursday, you're not doing it with me. You do it before and come. On Thursday, we will discuss the paper. And then on Saturday, what we will do is, that is an early morning class from 6:30 to 8:30 a.m. There, if you have any doubts from unit number 4, now after doing the papers, after learning the unit, if you have any doubts, you can come and you can clear it with me on Zoom. So you can send your answers on chat box, you can send pictures or anything, and you can get it clear. So the whole objective is within this week, to complete studying unit number 4. We go through the theory. You're supposed to do the past papers according to the study plan, which I will explain all of that tomorrow. So this week is free for everyone, guys. It's all right, even if you're not a paid student or anything. Come this week and somehow try and cover off unit number 4. Okay, that has to be the target. Somehow try to catch up the entire unit number 4. Most likely, I will not be providing the recording. Okay. So given that, only if you're there during the session, you will benefit from it. The recording will be given only for the ones who are paid onto the website. I'm not planning to upload that onto YouTube. Okay. For the ones who have already paid and registered, your book will be couriered. I still didn't get it from the printers. Most likely, I will get it by Wednesday or Thursday. Then I will courier it. For now, for this week, I will send you the PDF version of it. Okay. So I think most likely the Thursday's paper will be the problem. Now, tomorrow's class, anyway, there is nothing to write, no. So that should not be an issue. We'll see what we can do. Okay. Right. That is it about the fast track program. So once again, inviting all of y'all, even any friends that y'all have, y'all can invite. I'll send the message on the group again. The week is free. Come and learn. Paid slots, I think there is around another 10 or 15. So from month one, from the 120 students, I think around 10 to 15 odd left. So to cover up that, another 10-15 people can join, right? So there'll be a limited slot of registration. Okay, right. The link to the website and all of it, I'll send. Okay, right. We'll start with the 2015 paper. 2015 question number 18. In the production process, a short run is a period of time in which, yes, what do you call the short run? The firm is not be able to hire more workers, is a period in which the amount of output is fixed. There is a shortage of inputs. All inputs are fixed, but output can be varied. Quantities of some inputs are fixed and others can be varied. A very easy thing, guys. What is the short run? Give me an answer quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which one do you think is the short run here? Which answer talks about the short run? The short run is a time period where at least one factor of production is fixed. No, at least one is fixed. We say that the capital is fixed. So there is fixed factors and variable factors. Usually labor is variable. You can hire more and more people, but the machines and buildings is usually fixed. That is what we call the short run. Now, some people get this confused, guys. Some people think short run means 1 year, long run means more than 1 year. There is no time period as such, right? There are no days or months or years. Short run is where in the production process, at least one factor of production is fixed. That means you can't change. But in the long run, you can change all your factors. You can increase your labor, you can increase your capital, you can do all of that. But in the short run, usually we say capital is fixed, labor is variable. So a short run is a time period where you have what, guys? You have both fixed and variable factors. So capital is fixed, labor is variable. So based on that, like most of you all said, the answer is number 5. Okay. Moving to the next. I'm hoping that one is clear, guys. That's a very basic MCQ. Moving to the next. Question 19. The vertical distance between the total cost and the total variable cost curves, okay, decreases as output decreases, increases as output decreases, equals to marginal cost, equals to total fixed cost, equals to average fixed cost. Let me just draw these curves, guys. It's a very easy one though. Until I draw, can you all give me an answer as well? Which one do you think, guys? So if you take the curves, you have the total fixed cost curve. This is the total fixed cost. This is the total variable cost. And when you add the two together, you get the total cost, right? This is the total cost. So they are asking us, what are they asking us? The vertical distance between the total cost and the total variable cost. They are asking us, what is this distance? The distance between the total cost and the total variable cost. What is that distance, guys? The distance between the total cost and the total variable cost. Or in other words, the difference between total cost and total variable cost is what? It's this distance, right? What is this distance? This is the total fixed cost. Yeah. So therefore, we can go with answer what? We can go with answer number 4. Yes, can you all see that these questions are so easy? There is nothing hard here, right? They are simply asking a very basic question. But usually in the fast track, we'll do questions that are a little bit more harder than this. But I'm telling you guys, the A-level paper is easy. If you know the unit, it's actually nothing. Okay, moving to the next. Given the cost and demand schedules for a competitive firm depicted in the diagram given below, if the firm increases output from Q1 to Q2, okay, we'll just try to analyze, guys. What can you tell at the level of Q1? Can you tell me what can you tell about marginal revenue and marginal cost at the level of Q1? MR and MC. MR and MC are equal to each other. What is MR? MR is the demand curve, right? Marginal revenue curve. So given that MR equals MC, what can you tell about the profits? What can you say? That at this level of output, at the level of output of Q1, the firm is doing what to their profits? Their profits are maximized, right? They are getting the highest possible profit that they can. Okay, what can you say? Yes, remember, you can't conclude that whether it's a normal profit, abnormal profit, supernormal or subnormal. You can't conclude that, but you can say that they are maximizing their profit or they are minimizing their losses. They are at the highest possible profit level. We don't know whether that is a abnormal or loss, so that we don't know. That only we do later in the unit. Okay, so the thing that you can say is they are maximizing their profit. That's what you can conclude. What can you say? Right, the profits are maximized. They are earning the highest possible profit, or you can say losses are minimized. Okay, you can say either one of the two. So then, guys, now when you go from Q1 to Q2, what is happening? One of it is constant, something is increasing. What is constant? When you're going from Q1 to Q2, your marginal revenue, that is constant. That is not changing. But what is increasing? What is increasing? Your marginal cost is increasing. Yes. Okay. If I give you a statement like this, okay, I want you all to think and tell me. Okay. Now we said marginal cost is constant at Q1 and Q2. Marginal cost is constant. If marginal revenue is constant. If I say the total revenue at the output level of Q1 and the total revenue at the output level of Q2 are equal to each other, am I correct? I'm saying total revenue, not marginal revenue. I'm saying total revenue at Q1 and total revenue at Q2 are equal to each other. Is that correct or wrong? I want to see how many of you all can actually understand that in that depth. Is it equal? Is the total revenue at Q1 and Q2 equal? No, right? Why? Think, guys, marginal revenue is also the price of the good. I just want you all to think here, right? Okay, think. Earlier, listen. Earlier, let's say I'll put some values now. We look, right? I'll put some values. This is the price. This is the average revenue. This is everything. So let's say earlier the price is 10. You're selling 100 units. So how much is your total revenue before? Total revenue before is 100 into 10, this area. Now let's say your quantity is 120. Now what is your total revenue? Now it is 120 into 10. So can you see? What you need to realize is, okay, when you're going from Q1 to Q2, your revenue is also increasing. But what is happening? When you're going from Q1 to Q2, your revenue is increasing. Revenue is increasing. Earlier you earned 10 into 100. Now you're earning 10 into 120. What can tell about cost, guys, when you're producing 120 units? Cost also increases, okay. But what can tell about profit then? revenue is increasing, cost is increasing, can I say profit is remaining constant? You know what is happening? The revenue is increasing, cost is increasing by an even higher proportion. That is what you need to realize. See, the marginal cost is going up a lot. Revenue is going up, correct? So, but the cost is going even more. Cost is going even higher. So therefore, what can you say to the profit that would happen when you're producing at Q2? Does it increase, decrease, or remain the same? The profit will decrease therefore, right? So when you go from what? So try to understand, guys, when you go from Q1 to Q2, your total revenue is increasing, correct? Total revenue is going up, but your total cost is going up even more in a higher proportion. It's increasing rapidly. So therefore, what happens to your profit? Your profit comes down. So then based on that case, what can you say that the answer is? We'll see. You can say that the firm would earn a normal profit. Can you conclude that? Can you conclude that the firm is earning a normal profit? You can't, right? It might earn a normal profit, maybe supernormal, maybe even a loss. We don't know, right? We can't conclude that. Number two, experience an increase in profit. No, what did I say? I said there will be a decrease in the profit. So therefore, that is also wrong. Three, experience in a decline in the profit. Yes or no? Can you conclude that the answer is three? Yes, there will be a decline in the profit. Then look at the fourth one. Increase in revenue, correct, but not cost. Is that part correct? Increase in revenue is fine, but cost is also increasing even more, no? So you can't say but not cost. That is wrong. Then last one, increase in cost, but no revenue. Cost is increasing fine, but revenue is also increasing, right? Revenue is also increasing, but cost is increasing more. So you can't conclude 5 as well. So therefore, answer is number 3. Then what can be your question in your year? In your year, they might change this same question. They might say, what if the firm goes from, right? We'll see how many of you all can give me an answer here now. What if they go from, okay? So how do I say cost is increasing? Because marginal cost is going up, okay? Marginal cost is the additional cost of producing a unit. So marginal cost is increasing means now the total cost is going up and up and up. Yeah, that's how I say cost is increasing. Okay. Yes. What if you go from Q1 to Q3? I'll put Q3 here, 80. What can you tell about this case? What can you tell about revenue? Now you went from Q1 to Q3. Q3 is 80 units. What happens to revenue? Now this is not what is there in the question. I'm just asking because they can change this in your year, no? Revenue goes down, right? Because now it is 10 into 80. Revenue goes down. Okay. What happens to the cost? When you guys practically think, earlier you were producing 100 units. Now you're producing 80 units. So the cost will also go down. What happens to profit, guys? You know what happens here? Here, the revenue decreases a lot. Think, guys, revenue is falling a lot, cost is falling a little. What happens to profit? Revenue falls a lot, your income is falling a lot, cost is falling a little. Your profit is still decreasing, right? This is what I want you all to figure out. Take some time if you're confused to think of this. Think, because why, guys? Why is this point called the profit maximizing point? Why is MR equals MC, or in the output level of, let's say, Q1, it's called the profit maximizing point? Because at any other level of output, your profit is lesser than that. I'm trying to put it into your head. Why is that? Because when you go from Q1 to Q3, that is my new situation that I created, what happens? Revenue falls a lot, cost falls a little. So overall, what happens? Your profit falls. So your profit is what case? Profit equals revenue minus cost. Think, take some time and think at home, okay? Revenue falls a lot, cost falls a little, then profit should fall. In the other situation, okay, I'll just put some numbers. Let's say earlier revenue is 100, cost is let's say 50. Okay, therefore my profit is 50. Okay, now I'm saying my revenue falls a lot. Let's say 100 goes from 100 to, let's say it goes to 60. Cost falls a little. Let's say 50 becomes 40. Small fall in cost. 50 became 40. So what happens to my profit, guys? Profit goes down, right? That is what the new one that I talked about. So that's what I want you all to think, guys. Now, when you all get a question, okay, revenue is falling by higher proportion because marginal revenue is higher, right? MR is at 10. The marginal cost is at a lower level. Let's say this is around 5. So marginal cost is lower. Revenue is higher. So you're losing a lot of revenue. Your cost is falling only a little. Analyze the curves and see. Okay. So what I want you all to do, guys, is when you get a question like this. Now, this is why you can't do past papers the last moment. This is why I want you all to regularly attend class and do past papers. And when you all do questions, you have to start thinking, what if in my year the question comes like this? You all need to start thinking, guys. They are not going to repeat the same question. If they repeat, you're lucky enough. There are instances that they do that. But usually what they do is they take this question, they change it a little. Maybe what they can do is, maybe in your year, they can give the same question without giving a diagram. Instead of giving a diagram, they can give that information on a paragraph. They can say currently they are at the profit maximizing level. What if they increase their output? What is going to happen? What if they decrease their output? What is going to happen? They don't give you the diagram. So you need to learn, guys, how can they change this question in different ways? If you can do that, your A-level paper is nothing, right? And you can't do this in the last moment. Now, last moment when you all are going to, do your past papers, you will just, for the sake of doing it, you will do and mark and do and mark. But you don't then have the time to think what can happen, what will do, right? You don't have that time. That's why following regularly is essential. Yes, even if it goes to Q3 or Q2, profit reduces. Why? Because, guys, remember, I want you all to go through your theory notes and see why is this called the profit maximizing point, guys. This is where the profits are the highest, profit maximizing point. So at any level of output more than that or less than that, the profit is lesser than that because this is the highest profit. No, you can't have more than that. No? Yeah, have that in mind. When price decreases, total revenue also decreases, right? Price doesn't decrease to 5. Marginal cost decreases to 5. Price is constant, right? Price is constant at 10. MR, AR. Okay. Now, going to the next. Question 4. Sorry, not question 4. Question 4 of unit 4, question number 21. Which of the following is not a characteristic of a monopolistically competitive market? And you see, every year they ask this. No? Every year, there is one question about a characteristic of one of the things. No? Perfect competition, monopoly, monopolistic competition, oligopoly. Every year there is one. So, which one here? Not a characteristic. What is monopolistically competitive markets? This is not monopoly. Monopolistically competitive markets are like saloons, restaurants. You have so much. Now, relatively easy market entry, yes, that is a characteristic. Differentiated products, yes, that's a characteristic. Substantial advertising, yes. Now, if you see clothing stores, supermarkets, right, these retail shops, so much of advertising, correct. Large number of buyers and sellers, correct. Yes, maybe you can even put the tuition industry into this. Okay. firm faces a perfectly elastic demand curve. What does that mean, guys? Having a perfectly elastic demand curve means what? The firm is a what? This means that the firm is a price taker, right? Yes, that happens in perfect compression, yes. But having a perfectly elastic demand curve means the firm is a price taker. Do you think a firm in a monopolistically competitive market is a price taker? Think of the restaurants. Does every restaurant sell the same kottu at the same price? No, right? They're a price maker, no? Because of what? Mainly because of product differentiation. How do you think Hilton Hotel or Kingsbury sells the rice at a higher rate than what let's say something like Star Hotel or some basic hotel will be selling? That is because of their branding, they are differentiated their product because of that. Yeah. So therefore, that is our answer. You can't say that they have a perfectly elastic demand curve. They will have a downward sloping demand curve, not a perfectly elastic one. Is that okay? Fine. Okay. How many of you all have 4 out of 4? 2015, there were 4 questions. 4 out of 4. At least 3 should be good. So 3 is 75%. That's also all right. Even if you got 0, as long as you learned all, still good, okay? That's the whole objective, no? You learn how to do all 4 of it. Even if you had 0, what's the problem? Because in the A-level paper, if the question comes, now you will get all 4. Okay? Done. We'll move to the next.